What is going on, guys and gals? Hope you're staying safe out there. I know it's been kind of a wild couple months. There's been a pandemic going on. If you don't know who I am, my name is Fizunami, and I would just like to say thank you for watching my video today. So with that being said, if you don't mind, grab a seat, get you a little snack and drink, and let's take a look at this dumpster fire of a video. So recently, I started playing Fallout 76 again because I had nothing better to do during quarantine, like most people. And I can say, there have been a significant number of changes to the game since the last time I played. Now, hopefully, you're like me and you didn't pay full price for the game because it was a fucking dumpster fire, as the game was super broken and there was countless number of glitches and bugs that everyone experienced in this game. And it was really sad to see that a game that had a massive following was released in this state. When the game was first released, the state of the game was in turmoil, and having a stable match without connection issues, bugs, or glitches was just unheard of. And these issues weren't just being seen by a limited amount of people, it was literally everyone. Personally, myself, when the game launched, I experienced falling underneath the map, character models without heads or limbs, and not because I blew them off. The infamous T-pose, and the most annoying in my opinion, was where you couldn't fucking see your teammates in the match because they somehow became invisible. Let's just put it this way. The game was not good. With that being said, the game was broken. And you know what? Bethesda was broken too. They were doing some fucking scummy tactics and giving us false promises. And you know what? I'll just show you some clips.
Because Fallout 76 has just rolled out an MMO-like subscription that costs $100 a year.
All of this just works. It's not, I'm not kidding.
So, if you've been living underneath a rock and had no clue what was going on or personally experienced it, that's what happened. It was bad. But personally, it was really upsetting for me because I've been an avid Bethesda fan since Fallout 3. And I've put numerous amount of hours into the Fallout franchise, and also the Elder Scrolls franchise. It was just like really frustrating to see that franchise go down like that. What led me back to Fallout 76 was pure boredom. And I was so bored that I just wanted to like hurt myself, I don't know if you guys get that feeling, but anyway, I chose Fallout 76 because I thought, it's going to still be a shitty game. But I saw that they added the Wastelanders update, and the game's been greatly improved, and this is what I was hoping for at launch. Hey guys, this is Subscribe to My Channel Fizz, and if you guys are liking this video so far, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you like the content that I make, feel free to follow me on my socials, which are Twitter and Instagram, and be sure to join my Discord server to keep up with all my updates. All three of them are in the description below. Hey, sorry for that interruption, but anyway, back to the video. We're going to go in depth about the Wastelanders update. Now, I'm going to go over the big things in this update, and I'm not going to go over every little detail. I'm going to leave the patch notes in the description below, so if you're interested in reading that, feel free to. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is NPCs finally being added to Appalachia. Now, with them being added, they're going to have similar dialogue mechanics to the dialogue mechanics of Fallout 3, and there are going to be a plethora of responses and dialogue choices that players can choose, and depending on the context, special checks will be given. With NPCs being added into this game, full conversations have also been added to existing NPC characters such as Rose, Modus, the Grafted Mare, and other initial characters from the Fallout 76 release. Now with this expansion of Fallout 76, new quest lines and story arcs have been added, and this is great because this adds more content for players to grind for in this game. Now expanding of what I just said before, with this update it added a bunch of new quests and storylines to Fallout 76. As stated in the patch notes here, in this section shown on the screen, you pretty much start the Wastelander storyline as soon as you leave Vault 76. As you work to complete the story and level up, after you reach level 20 in the game, you get acquainted with the two largest factions in Fallout 76. The factions are the Settlers and the Raiders, and you can complete quests for both factions until given the option to choose the faction you want to join. In addition to the new quest lines and factions of the game, a new currency item called Gold Bullion was added along with faction reputation in Fallout 76. As stated in the Wastelanders update patch notes, Gold Bullion can be gathered by exchanging treasury notes at gold press machines up to a daily limit. It can also be purchased directly from a vendor in the Wayward using caps, but it's up to a weekly limit. And there are 3 Gold Bullion vendors located at the Crater, Foundation, and a location you will unlock during the game's main story. Each of these locations will offer different sets of Wastelander items in exchange for Gold Bullion. Now with that being said, faction reputation can affect what gear is available from each faction's vendors. The more story quests completed for each faction means the higher reputation you will have for that said faction, and more gear will be available from each faction, and it can vary from weapons to camp items. Another huge thing the Wastelanders update added to Fallout 76 is allies. Allies are NPCs that players will encounter in-game, and these NPCs can move into your camp. These allies can provide additional daily quests that can be opportunities to explore the game. Once level 10 is reached, players may complete the initial ally quest to recruit them to their camp. Now, when this game was initially released, there wasn't much to fight other than the Scorched, robots, super mutants, the Mothman, or the Scorched Beast. With this recent update, the game added several new different types of enemies, and these include Floaters, which are returning creatures from previous Fallout games, and they have come in 3 variations: Flamer, Freezer, and Jumper. It says here that they aren't hard to battle unless in a swarm, but I'm going to tell you that's a damn lie, depending on the level. Next, we have the Wendigo Colossus, which usually appears in areas hit by atomic fire. They are really tough to beat, and it will be a challenge to each player facing this beast. Following are the Blood Eagles. They are a cruel gang who can wreak havoc on players, as Blood Eagles tend to be in groups, and I can tell you for a fact that they do. And last but not least, we have the Cult of the Mothman, which I think is a really cool concept. These enemies inhabit a few locations spread across Appalachia, and they believe that the Mothman creature is their god or some sort of religious leader. And the last update I'm going to discuss in this video with you all is some quality of life changes, and these include all of your quest markers will now appear on the map, and active quests will now show up as black markers on the map, and quests you're actively tracking will display the yellow markers as usual. And main quests will now display square markers, and side, daily, or missed quests will display diamond-shaped markers. Clicking a quest marker on the map will display a pop-up menu showing more details and a description of that quest, and with that, you can now make a quest active, make it your only active quest, or show the quest on your Pip-Boy. When viewing a quest in your Pip-Boy, you can now choose to show that quest location on the map, and new options are available that you can toggle to customize what types of quests are marked as active when you start them. Find these in the game menu settings. If you guys are interested in reading the patch notes in its entirety, I left the link for the Fallout 76 subreddit that has the patch notes and all the information you might want to read. Check it out in the description below. To give some opinion on the matter, Fallout 76 is definitely in a playable state, and the game in my opinion is decent. This is how the game should have been at launch, but Bethesda can't really undo that, so at the end of the day, this was a pretty big fuck up that shouldn't have happened. Now in the beginning of the video, I showed some of the fucky things Bethesda did accompanying the release of Fallout 76, and I think the way that they handled it was worse than poor. Now I'm not condoning what they did or saying that the game's current state rights any of those wrongs whatsoever. But if you're just talking about the game and subtracting Bethesda from the situation, I gotta say, the game's pretty damn fun. And another thing that I experienced while playing this game that I thought was pretty positive was the community. I had a couple players who I had some memorable interactions with, and none of them were toxic or hateful, and it just seemed like everybody was there to play the game and have some fun. I had one player that I matched up with in the game, and we crossed paths, and he dropped me a legendary gun that wasn't his level, and it really helped me out when I was restarting this game. And he gave me some junk as well that he didn't want, and it kind of really helped me out a whole lot. So, if you're watching this, Brad Pitt, big shout out to you, homie. Some positives of Fallout 76. 1, the game is in a playable state, and it's fun to play. 2, the roadmap looks solid for this game. 3, the Brotherhood of Steel is coming soon, so that'll be a lot of fun. 4, lag is no longer a constant issue. And 5, maybe it's a possibility that Bethesda is actually listening. So we talked about some of the positives of the game, right? So I feel like it's only fair to talk about some of the negatives. Now, the first one I would have to say would definitely be the pay-to-win aspects with the Fallout First bundle. And second one is the game overall ruined Bethesda's reputation, but kind of like they did it to themselves, and then the third one is, I feel like it's a negative, but, I feel like if they added this, it would be huge, and I feel like it'd be really cool. It's cross-platform. I feel like they should add it to the game. I feel like it would add a lot more to it, and just kind of connect everybody, regardless of PC, Xbox, PS4. I just feel like it'd be a good choice to do. Well, that's all I have for today's video. I'd just like to say thank you for watching. And if you liked the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, leave a comment if you agree or disagree with my standpoint of Fallout 76. And also feel free to leave a comment if you liked or disliked the video, and leave me some criticism. I'm always open for it. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one.